With the 4th of July fast approaching, it's the most patriotic time of the year. At least for me, it really makes me stop and think. But I have to tell you the real story about a Democratic congresswoman who is anything but patriotic. She is blatantly un-American, at least in my opinion. And I want to know what you think. I want to hear from you. I want to know whether you agree or disagree. And I'm going to read your comments. And I'm going to do a real story where I take them and read them and respond back to you about them. Here are some headlines that define what I'm talking about. Ilhan Omar claims U.S. turning into one of the worst countries in the world. That was on Fox. Nasty Ilhan Omar makes disgusting claim about America should be ashamed. That was on Outkick. Lefties losing it. Ungrateful Ilhan Omar calls America one of the worst countries on earth. Sky Australia. Even the Aussies can't even believe what she's saying.
She does nothing but whinge and complain the whole time. I don't know how she gets voted in continually, to be honest. She's an absolute disgrace.
Let's listen to some of what she said.
To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights.
Wait. Stop here. You can't make this up. Who are we talking about here? Omar fled Somalia, a failed state, a country ravaged by civil war, corruption, and poverty, and she spent years in a Kenyan refugee camp. I hate that for her. I really do. She resettled in the U.S. as a refugee. So happy for her. She was given housing, afforded education, opportunity, freedom. She became a citizen in 2000 at 17. Again, so happy for her. Thank God she escaped that terrible life. And she was elected to Congress, one of the first Muslim women in the House. The American dream. She has every reason to be thankful. Is she? Not even almost. Instead, she spends her time bashing the very country that saved her and her family. Here's more of what I consider garbage.
I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the worst countries.
How about just thank you? Thank you for giving me a soft place to land. Thank you for giving me a track to run on. Thank you for giving me somewhere to be and thrive and grow. And here's the thing. She has the right to say what she's saying. Culturally, psychologically, I think it's disgusting. But does she have the right to say it? Yeah, she does. Just like I have the right to say it's absolutely disgusting. And whoever voted for her now knows who they voted for and should kick her ass to the curb. Most shocking, instead of gratitude for America, she has the unmitigated gall to just spew nothing but unwavering disdain. And this isn't new. In 2019, she said,
"This is not going to be the country of white people."
In 2020, she said, "We must dismantle the whole system of oppression." So oppressive that she came here as a refugee, got all of these entitlements, and was elected to Congress. In June 2021, she compared the U.S. and Israel to Hamas and the Taliban, saying, "We have seen unthinkable atrocities committed by the U.S., Hamas, Israel, Afghanistan, and the Taliban." Really, she puts the U.S. on that list. That's crazy talk. She said lawmakers support Israel because it's all about the Benjamins, baby. When talking about 9/11, she said,
CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something.
Really? Some people did something. Way to stand up for your country. She accused U.S. foreign policy of being rooted in colonialism and oppression. If this is such a horrible country, Wonder why she doesn't return to Somalia. Well, maybe because Somalia isn't the most corrupt country in the world. It's the second most corrupt country in the world. It's 179th out of 180. Somalia hasn't had a stable central government for decades. 99.2% of Somalian women aged 15 to 49 have been subjected to female genital mutilation. In Somalia, child soldiers are recruited by warlords who employ tactics like abduction, threats, and forced indoctrination to recruit those children. Famine, tribal violence. The life expectancy there is 30 years short of the rest of the world. Adult literacy is less than 40%. Religious minorities, they're persecuted. LGBTQ, killed. But in America, she rose from refugee to congresswoman. She has freedom of religion, freedom of speech, security, yet somehow we are oppressors? Get real, lady. What are you thinking? Sadly, she's not the exception. She speaks for a woke wing of the Democratic Party that sees America not as a land of opportunity, but as some kind of evil empire. I've talked to so many Democrats that said, we didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left us. It was hijacked by people like Ilhan Omar. They hijacked the party and ran to the extreme left with it. And she is the face of this woke left. She is an example of just how far the Democratic Party has veered into the anti-American realm. Look, we need two parties. Everybody may think I'm some kind of right-wing Republican. You don't know that. You don't know anything about me and what I believe about that. I'm not into party politics. I look at people, not parties. I look at policies, not parties. I support a lot of Democratic positions. I support a lot of Republican positions. I do not support this extreme woke left ideology. The ones that call for tearing down statues of the founders, abolishing the police, opening our borders, paying reparations, and having equity over merit, pronouns over patriotism. I do not support that. They demonize the very institutions that gave them power. Capitalism, free speech, and democracy, that's not progressivism. It's resentment. It's disguised as virtue, which is really just virtue signaling. And they're eating away the soul of this country, but only if we allow them to do so. I'm not saying you can't criticize America. You can. You can criticize America, and I can criticize you. That's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of free speech. She has the right to say what she wants to say. I don't know whether she believes it or it's attention-getting behavior or whatever. But she has the right to say it. To a degree. She can't lie. She can't incite people to violence. We have the right to be wrong in this country. If we put people in jail for being stupid, we'd need a whole lot more jails. And I think what she's saying is absolutely stupid. Don't know her, haven't met her, be happy to talk to her. But I think what she's saying is dangerous. I think it's stupid. When you stand on the world stage and act like this country is no better than the Taliban or Somalia, you have lost your way. That's not patriotism, it's poison. But you've got the right to say it because you are in America, which is the greatest country on the face of the earth. And that's the real story. You want to hear more real stories? Click below to follow and subscribe. And like I said, I want to hear what you think about what she said and what I said about what she said, because I'm going to pull those out. I'm going to read them and respond to them, because we're getting ready to get real interactive on The Real Story. See you next time. Hey, Dr. Phil here. My network, Merit TV, has it all.
Now, let me blow your mind.
Merit TV's got the news that matters.
The selection of a new pope.
Entertainment you crave.
Busted.
Everybody in good mood today?
And live events.
Surprise.
What am I, chopped liver?
With serious punch.
Big shot.
Go to merittv.com and download the Merit TV app today.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. Your savings are at risk. With the economy on shaky ground, the dollar losing value, and a $2 trillion deficit, things could spiral. Don't wait for the worst. Take control of your financial future now. I trust Preserve Gold to safeguard my accounts, and I urge you to do the same. They're the only precious metals company I recommend. What are you going to do to protect what's yours? Claim your special offer and learn how to reinforce your financial future. Visit drphilgold.com to get your free precious metals guide from Preserve Gold. With gold prices recently breaking records and analysts predicting this trend to continue through 2025, you cannot afford to wait. As a bonus, you can get up to $15,000 with a qualified purchase from Preserve Gold. So don't wait. Visit drphilgold.com today.